Glow up, level up, lock in, butts attached. Don't care what people think, but how to be more attractive. Be mysterious, but also stay present.
I can't keep up. Girl, if your For You page is anything like mine, they are flooded with these kinds of videos at the moment, especially because this winter arc is going on and everybody's trying to revamp their life, which I'm all for. But if you're a busy girl like me, unfortunately I'm not an influencer, I can't make glowing up my full-time job. So I gotta fit these winter arc rules into my day, and that is why I've come up with 5 rules for my busy girls who wanna get back on track, who are really into self-development, but also got a lot going on. So these are super digestible, super easy, and most importantly, you can tailor them to fit your specific needs. Rule number 1, and you knew it was coming, movement every single day. Those of you who don't know, I'm getting my doctorate in physical therapy, so your girl is booked and busy, but that just means that movement is super important to me and it should be super important to you. So the rule that I've come up with to make this super digestible is just try to get to the gym for 5 minutes a day. And that sounds ridiculous, right? Because who goes to the gym for just 5 minutes every day? But that is exactly the point. Because I can accomplish going to the gym for just 5 minutes a day, and by then I've already reached my goal. But subconsciously, I'm gonna wanna stay for longer, and at that point I end up just completing my whole workout more than likely. This boosts my endorphins, it boosts my self-esteem, I did something that was difficult, I've surpassed my goal, and I'm an all-around firm believer, and also just based on evidence, that having a disciplined workout routine or just moving your body in general translates into so many other aspects of your life. So by setting it up this way, you can only go up from there. Number 2, dress to impress yourself. This is something a lot of girls don't talk about, especially if you're in school, especially if you're studying any sort of science, STEM girlies, medicine, healthcare, things like that. We tend to just gravitate towards what's comfortable, because looking good and dressing up and doing your makeup is not usually something we prioritize, especially if you're in a male-dominated field like myself. It can feel really intimidating to be so hyper feminine or so colorful and bold. Dressing how you want, putting in that extra effort to really just showcase who you are and other interests that you may have outside of what you're doing as a career or studying academically, is really important for your self-esteem and your self-worth. You know, putting on that pair of shoes or that shirt that you only save for special occasions every day shows that you are the special occasion. And this takes effort, especially in a time where we're over-consuming everything. I really recommend looking through your closet, finding pieces that maybe you haven't touched in a while, finding a way to work them into your wardrobe and develop your own personal style gives you an elevated sense of confidence that I can't explain unless you've done it. And I've been trying to do this, and it is hard, and it takes a lot of work. And a way to make this easy, and something that I've been doing, is even if I don't physically lay the clothes out, I plan my daily outfits on Sunday for the week, just so I have an idea of what I want to wear and maybe pieces that I could put together. That way, when I go into the next day or the morning that I'm getting dressed, I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing, and it usually looks good. Number 3, stick into a better sleep-wake cycle. Now, my girlies who are in school, who are studying, who are working,
This is hard.
okay, especially during exam season, it's the fall time, if you're doing clinicals, if you're doing residency, girl, this is hard, but it is vital. I will never pull an all-nighter. You will never catch me. You could never be me. I don't play about my sleep, especially as someone who's neurodivergent. I have ADHD. This is hard, this is tough for me, but it is so important for your brain functions, for long-term health. But to function day to day, you gotta sleep. Even just for aesthetic reasons, you gotta sleep. So the way that I've gotten into this habit is I block off time at night, and I usually aim to get 9 hours of sleep. Typically, I hit like 7.5 to 8, because you know, you lay in bed and the thoughts start going and you start thinking about that thing you did one time when you were in 6th grade that nobody remembers, but it haunts you, right? So I aim for 9, usually get like 8 hours. But I've also tried to work with my brain too. So if I'm laying in bed and I do not have my phone, that is a strict rule that I've started to set up. No phones when I get into my bed. That is my relaxation space. That is the boundary that I've set. But I try to work with my brain too. So sometimes I get really good ideas at night. ADHD girlies, you can relate. The brain gets going at night. I write them down. I try to get all my thoughts and my anxieties out if I have them at night, because that's typically what happens, onto paper, or I talk out loud. I talk to my partner if she's still awake. That way I could just calm my brain down and I'm not fighting and trying to suppress the thoughts. Along with that, sometimes I take supplements. Sometimes I'll take melatonin, but every single night I do creatine and magnesium, and I'll have some sort of tart cherry juice, or I'll do a peppermint tea or a lavender tea, and this is just a routine that I've started doing, and it gets me in the mood for nighttime. As for the waking up, which is honestly harder for me, I've been trying to increase the time little by little between when I wake up and when I have to be somewhere, especially because I wake up early because I train clients in the morning before classes most days or on the weekends. I wake up early, okay? So I've been trying little by little to wake up 10 to 20 minutes earlier than what I normally would. This just gives my brain a little bit more time to wake up, to get going. It also gives me a little bit more time to do my hair, do my makeup, put on the outfit that I already set aside from tip number 2, remember? So it just gives me a little bit more time to feel more like myself before I have to go out in the world, so I'm not just a grumpy gremlin all the time. Rule number 4, we gotta focus on our nutrition, keeping our nutrition up. There are so many aesthetically pleasing videos of girls on my For You page, waking up, lighting candles, drinking matcha, journaling, going to Pilates, thanking the grass for being green.
I don't have time for that.
I try to make things as simple and doable for my routine and what works for me as possible. So again, another silly little rule that I follow is water and protein before caffeine keeps me from being mean. Because prioritizing having your protein and your water first thing in the morning gets all your hormones, everything all nice and balanced, but it also, for me personally, sets up the perfect little gut environment for me to take my Adderall, as well as just allows me to have coffee without it spiking my cortisol levels. And moving on from that, whether you choose to meal prep or you have a little bodega or a corner store near your campus, or you eat on campus, or wherever you're getting your food like throughout the day, aim for protein. And over time, after you kind of practice and focus a lot on getting your protein, you'll learn what meals work best for you in your schedule and what things that you like. And that way you just kind of build a list of like safe go-to food options that you could just have on hand or easily accessible to help you reach your goals. And it goes without saying, of course, with nutrition, water intake. We want to keep our water up. But here's what I will say. If you are not someone who's used to drinking copious amounts of water, don't go and buy a gallon jug and try to slam that bitch down, okay? You will hate the way that you feel, your body won't really like it, and it won't be sustainable or attainable for you long term. But what I recommend is start slow. Keep a water bottle with you whenever you think. Just take a couple drinks, take a couple sips, make it a goal to finish that one bottle, and then steadily increase your water intake. Something that I like to do is add some fruit to my water, or I cut it with a little bit of orange juice just to make it fun, make it feel a little fancy. But that way I know that I'm just keeping my water and my hydration up throughout the entirety of the day. Rule number 5, we're gonna be selfish. And this is a little bit of a broad and general category because it could mean something different for every single one of us. The way that I've been slowly doing this is saying no to plans that I don't really want to partake in. I take more time in the shower, gua shaing and shaving my body and exfoliating, and I use my nice lotion and sprays after the shower without feeling guilty, because I'm taking a little bit of extra time for myself and making myself feel good by doing things that make me feel good. And I know for many of you this might seem like a no-brainer, but there are also many of us who feel guilty doing little things like that because we've been conditioned to believe that that stuff is pointless and it's just extra and there's no need for it. Again, like I said, especially if you're in academia, what is the point of all that stuff? It's not important. But it is important if it makes you feel good. So whether it's going to a little coffee shop that you like to go to once a week, a cute pair of PJs or lounge sets or slippers, or a fragrance that you like, a candle that you enjoy. For me, it's also been adding a milky toner into my skincare routine. And I know that sounds silly, but there's just something so luxurious about imagining rubbing cream, like half and half, onto your face. And my skincare routine is super simple. It's really easy, but adding those little steps in makes me feel like I'm honoring myself. And a little bonus rule that I've been following, number 6, is just trying to consume less, trying to save my coin, not get sucked into TikTok Shop and all these other Instagram ads, saving my money just a little bit for things and investing my money and time into pieces or experiences that mean more to me long term. So that's just one that I'm sticking to, but you know, sometimes I treat myself every once in a while, but that is just something that I've also been trying to follow through this winter arc. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave any other suggestions of rules that you've been following personally, or some new changes that you've been making to your routine down below for this winter arc. We're going into 2025 ready, okay? It is time for us to be selfish and just do things that make us feel good and be disciplined. And you can do hard things. No matter what your situation is, you got it done. And we're gonna work together because we both deserve this. But if you guys did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.